Hello and welcome to this Carlam Cymru video for GCSE Spanish. This video will focus on the verb to go, ir. Los objetivos. Here are the objectives for this session. Vamos a repasar el verbo ir en el presente, en el futuro simple y el futuro próximo, y en el pasado pretérito. So in this session, we're going to look at the verb ir, to go, in the present, in the future, and in the past. It is a really useful verb which can help you to create sentences for each of the themes within the GCSE Spanish course. So if you learn it really well, it's one of the most useful verbs that can contribute to success in the GCSE Spanish exam. Now, there are many tenses in Spanish, but you don't need to learn all of them at this point for your GCSE studies. Now, in the future, if you continue to study Spanish, then of course you will come across other tenses. But for your GCSE, the tenses that you do need to learn and use are el presente, so the present tense, el pretérito y el imperfecto, the past and imperfect tenses, and then el futuro, the future. There are two ways in which to use the future tenses in Spanish, and we'll be looking at both of those here. So we will start with ir en el presente, to go in the present tense. You'll see the pronouns in grey here because, as I'm sure you know, you can use the pronouns in Spanish. You can use the pronouns in Spanish, but you don't have to. If it is obvious who is speaking, then you don't need to use the pronoun. Por ejemplo, if I say, voy a la escuela, I'm going to school, I don't have to use yo voy a la escuela because the boy makes it clear that I'm speaking about myself. If you were talking about a brother or sister or a friend and you wanted to say that he is going to the cinema but she is going to the gym, por ejemplo, you could then use él and ella in order to differentiate and make it crystal clear who you're talking about. So basically, you have to use this verb ir in the present tense. It is really useful. So we have voy, vas, va, va. Vamos, vais, van, van. There's a lot of repetition with verbs. So basically, it's voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. Because if you can remember what él and ellos are, then you can remember the rest. So that's ir en el presente, in the present. So moving on, let's look at ir en el pasado, in the past tense. Again, the pronouns are in grey. We have fui, I went, fuiste, you went, fue is he, she went, or you went, singular formal. Then we have fuimos, we went, fuisteis, you went, informal, fueron, they went, or you went, plural formal. So, por ejemplo, fui a la escuela ayer. I went to school yesterday. Or with the pronoun, yo fui a la escuela ayer. You can use the pronoun yo or not, but remember that to get higher than a C in the exam, you have to speak and write in the present, in the past, and in the future tenses. So it's important to use a variety of tenses. Then, ir en el futuro simple, to go in the future. We have iré, I will go, irás, you will go, irá, he or she or you, singular formal, will go. Iremos is we will go, iréis is you will go, informal, and irán is they will go or you will go, plural formal. Por ejemplo, iremos a España en el verano, meaning we will go to Spain in the summer. Then we have ir en el futuro próximo. The futuro próximo is the near future, So basically what you're going to do. And it's probably easier than the future simple. If you can remember the verb ir in the present tense, this is exactly the same. So we have voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. But you then use a plus infinitive verb. Por ejemplo, él va a comer. He is going to eat. Van a beber agua. They're going to drink water. Voy a estudiar español. I'm going to study Spanish. So it's probably the easiest way to talk about the future in Spanish. Present tense forms of ir plus a plus infinitivo. So don't forget that you need to use the present, the past and the future tenses in your work. Por ejemplo, en el presente, voy al cine esta noche. I'm going to the cinema tonight. In the past, fui. Fui a Barcelona el año pasado. I went to Barcelona last year. And then in the future, el futuro, voy a ir al cine o iré, I will go. Por ejemplo, iré a los Estados Unidos. I'll go to the USA sometime in the future. Also on this slide, I've included the imperfect and conditional forms of the verb ir. The imperfect is iba, bottom left there, meaning I was or I used to. Por ejemplo, cuando era niño iba al parque todos los días. Or de niño iba al parque todos los días. And the conditional is iría, meaning I would go. Por ejemplo, yo iría contigo. I would go with you. Or yo nunca iría. I would never go. One more thing to think about is los preposiciones, the prepositions in Spanish. You will need to use these prepositions in all the tenses. So, for example, voy a Madrid. I'm going to Madrid. Va a la playa. He or she is going to the beach. Van al pueblo. They are going to the village. I will talk about al in a moment. The next preposition here is en. Fui en coche. I went by car. Fuimos en avión. We went by plane. The third preposition here is de. Por ejemplo, iré de vacaciones. I will go on holiday. Irá de compras en el centro. He or she will go shopping in the town centre. Remember to think carefully about which preposition to use. It will depend on the sentence. Now, to explain a little more about al pueblo, with the preposition a, if it is followed by el, it is difficult to say a el, so it becomes al. For example, los niños van al colegio. Similarly, with de, we can't say de el, or it's difficult to say, so it becomes del, which makes it easier. Por ejemplo, ellas vienen del gimnasio. They are coming from the gym. The verb ir, to go, can be used in all the themes that you're studying as part of your GCSE Spanish course. Here's the list of themes. You will see that it's possible to use ir in all these themes. Por ejemplo, talking about relationships. Voy a casa de mi amiga. I'm going to my friend's house. Technology. Voy a utilizar mi ordenador para estudiar. I'm going to use my computer to or in order to study. As you go through the themes, you will see that it's possible to use ir in all these. These are the themes in the current GCSE course. If we think about the themes that will appear in the new GCSE course from September 2025, the themes will be language for leisure and well-being, language for travel, language for study and work. Once again, the verb ir is going to be important and useful across all these themes. En español es un verbo muy útil para todos los temas. So here are some examples, and I'm going to give you a few seconds with each sentence to work out the tense and the theme. Okay, so which tense and which theme in each of these examples. Number one, voy al gimnasio con mi hermano. Which tense, which theme? Okay, I'm sure you don't need long for that one. It's the present tense, of course, and the theme is health and fitness or leisure. Let's try the next one. Fuimos a España el año pasado. Which tense and which theme? I'm sure you've got that right. The tense is the past. We went to Spain last year. So the past tense and the theme is traveling or holidays. Next one. Él siempre va en autobús. He always goes by bus. So the tense is the present and the theme is school or traveling. Next one. Mañana iré al mercado y compraré muchas verduras. Well, that means tomorrow I will go to the market and will buy many vegetables. So this is the futuro simple and the theme is food or perhaps health and fitness. Last one. ¿Fuiste al supermercado ayer? Okay, did you get that one right? So it's a past tense again, and it's a question. Did you go to the market yesterday? So the supermarket yesterday, I'm sorry. So past tense, and the theme is food or perhaps leisure or travel. So as you can see, we can use the verb ir in a variety of tenses and across a variety of themes. Ir will also be useful for the listening, speaking, reading and writing exams. Escuchar, hablar, leer, escribir. Por lo tanto, es un verbo muy importante y útil que se puede utilizar en diversas situaciones, temas y tiempos. So, as I've already mentioned, it's a very important verb that can be used in a variety of situations, themes and tenses. Por ejemplo, voy a la escuela todos los días. So translate that quickly. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, so it's present tense. I go to school every day. What about the next one? Fuimos al cine ayer. Well done. We went to the cinema yesterday, so past tense. And the last one, será famoso en el futuro. What is that one? Well, then that's the futuro simple. He or she will be famous in the future. Ok, un consejo. Tienes que aprenderlo, practicarlo y usarlo regularmente. Meaning you have to learn it, practice it, and use it regularly. If you learn it really well, practice it, and so on, and use it while you practice, then I have no doubt that you will be able to use the verb confidently and correctly in all the exams. So, ¿qué estás esperando? Adelante. What are you waiting for? Onwards. So that's the end of this session. I hope that this has been useful to you. Buena suerte en los exámenes. Good luck in the exams. Adios.